Here's what to do when you stop making progress towards your goals. In today's video, I'm gonna break down 2 simple things that you can do to make sure that you don't fall off on the progress that you're making, right? Because I think a big problem that a lot of people run into is they'll make a little bit of progress, right? They'll make some effort, some progress towards their goals, but what happens is we start to trick ourselves into thinking that we are hitting success. And the reality is, if you want to achieve at a high level, you're gonna have to know how to mentally overcome this obstacle that is keeping you kind of stuck in that comfort zone. Even when you first start to see that little bit of success, we don't wanna just stop there, right? We wanna keep going and keep progressing. So the first thing to know is that doesn't matter what level of success you're hitting, you're gonna eventually run into those zones. And personally, I just kind of ran into a zone, right? I got out of a real intense work period where I was making a lot of progress, doing a lot of different stuff, doing really well for myself. And, you know, I started to get a little bit complacent, right? I took a little short vacation, spent some time off, you know, and I got back and it was just a little bit harder to get back into kind of that full throttle mode where you're going all out. And my first step to solving that was just creating the awareness, right? I'm like, okay, like I'm aware that I'm not, you know, all in right now. I'm kind of, you know, taking it a little bit easier than I probably need to be to get on track to continue progressing towards those goals that I want. So that's the first thing you got to know is when it's starting to happen. And the easiest way to figure this out is take note of what you're doing on a daily basis. Take note of the habits and things you're engaging with, because chances are you're doing stuff, old habits, whatever those may be, sleeping in, overeating junk food, not hitting the gym, you know, smoking, drinking too much, stuff like that. And it's pushing you back into that spot. And the problem with that is if you stay there, you're going to eventually fall off completely and you're going to lose all the progress that you made, which obviously we don't want to happen. Now, the next thing is to getting back on track, right? So after you take inventory of those daily habits and ensure that they're all good, right? You're not doing that stuff that your former self would do that keeps you stuck. The next thing you need to do is get clear about that vision again. What do you want? What does that long-term vision of your life look like that you know you're gonna achieve? And start to think about that in your head and remember the actions that you were previously taking to get you to where you are now. You need to continue taking those same actions, yet continuously elevate the process, right? Because the person that you are right now is not gonna be that same person who achieves, you know, a 7-figure income, who builds the business of their dreams, right? Who builds that YouTube channel you're thinking about doing, who gets into super good shape, right? That person has different habits, different belief system than your current self. So you need to constantly be thinking about that vision and thinking about, hey, how can I elevate this process? How can I continue elevating up? Guys, that was what I wanted to share. I had someone ask me that specifically, is like, what do I do when I start to feel myself losing traction, losing momentum towards my goals? And the first thing you need to do is just, one, be aware that it's happening. So good for you that you notice that actually happening, because that's the very first thing. And additionally, in addition to that, you need to be taking that daily inventory. What are those habits you're doing? Because chances are, if you've fallen off your good habits or you stop doing them, that's why you're stalling out. And number 2 is revitalize that vision in your mind, that big vision that you know in your mind is going to come to reality when you put in the work. And guys, that was what I wanted to share with you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know, how have you overcome losing your momentum and getting back on track? Guys, also, I have a free community below. It's for like-minded people who want to win in their life. When you join that community, you also gain free access to my self-mastery blueprint. This is a little program that I put together for free. It's just like essentially like a video course, and that details kind of what I do on a daily basis and the different areas of my life that I take care of to make sure that I'm constantly improving and constantly getting the results that I want. So guys, I will look forward to seeing you next video.